Here we are, freshly brewed poems. I'm going to give us maybe 2 minutes because I just saw some people run out the door. So 2 minutes. Right? Is the volume good? Everybody can hear it well enough? All right. Very nice. Y'all have to come up and do a poem because it's. But you know what? I forgot to turn it around. Okay, now it's going the right direction. I have to remember not to talk in front of it and say things. You guys got the exclusive skybox over there. So we're getting some vitamin D over there. All right, it is about 7 o'clock. I think we'll start. I know I've got a few people out grabbing something to drink and all that stuff. Last time we were here, I did a long poem and didn't finish it, but not in the mood. That's okay. And a lot of you actually were at the Tongue and Groove last time. And I was thinking of doing the same thing that I did last time. So, dilemmas of dilemmas. There's the things that you have to decide. But that's my prerogative, right? So this one I did last time at Tongue and Groove, but I'm going to do it again because I entered it into a poetry thing and I did a little bit of changes to it. So this one's called Mustard and Teal, and it was from a picture that I had gotten, sort of what they call I'm embarrassing myself, where you write a poem off of a picture. So that was what that was from. So this says, oh, I don't know. So this is Mustard and Teals. Oh, I don't know. Mustard and teal was never my thing. And so she brought the ivy in and placed it on the table and said, we've arrived. The branches of oak outside filled the foyer windows as we peeled the paper from the walls, layer and layer, peel by peel, until we arrived, as she said, clinging to the lath and plaster, the last and original shred of yesteryear in mustard and teal green. It has to go, I said. I know, she said. Oh, wait. And the watercolor and brush dug from the sewing room box, she reproduced it on the back of a housewarming greeting card in yellow ochre and vermilion green as I peeled the mite-soaked paper to its demise. When all was done, she snapped a photo of our Shaker-style foyer, fit for a contemporary architectural digest, framed it with the waterpaper watercolor, and hung it near the window with the oak branches peering into the hallway, watching the ivy on the entry table sitting that said, they've arrived. This one's one night at Sawmill and Lead Mine. Like I said, I'm just going to do it, all the ones that I did before. So that way, if you weren't But sometimes when I'm listening to a poem, I don't really hear it all until you get to hear it again, type of thing. So this one's one night at Sawmill and Leadmine. I kicked my sandal across the patio. I was tapping my leg to rid it of the cramp obtained from sitting. My toe hooked the unfooted shoe and sailed it to the sky. No one noticed I was convinced myself at the bottle shop's picnic table front, not really a front porch, but that concrete area poured to the doors of a store entrance in a suburban strip mall, made cool by the vibrant Mexican restaurant with mariachi music and Day of the Dead stringing lights and the community theater spilling out its ethnically diverse cast of audience, black-clad stage managers and production assistants mixed with the arts supporters and the between-show actors, reviewers and podcast producers and friends and families at a preview showing of a local writer's work, thought-provoking and timely. My leg had cramped among all that talent, and I walked out into the warm September air to stamp it out so I could return to offer my accolades without a grimace. Instead, I kicked my sandal to the sky. One more. This one's called Wadded Up. Let's see. Crumble you up like a mistaken sheet in a sketchbook. Drain your wayward color from my life to puddled hues on the floor. Toss the wad to the heap of misguided lines and realities. Once, and what is there? Not meeting in the width of the pencil lines. Perspective a kilter, not meeting on the horizon line, not even a study in abstraction, but a distillation of the red of the heart, seeping into the fibers of the paper, rendering it failed and destroyed and utterly useless except as filler in a hole. So you all have been here before, so I do have a few new people, so I could tell a little bit about freshly brewed poems. Originated with Larry's Coffee during COVID, when we didn't have an opportunity to have live open mics. And so we were putting our poetry on Larry's website. We soon outgrew his bandwidth, and then things started opening up and we started doing, more open mic stuff. I was fortunate that my daughter actually went to school with Zach, who owns this, and so I kind of snuck my way in that way. So, we're very thankful for the Tap Yard for letting us have this space. I know today they're actually having a tequila tasting, so if you really get bored with this, you can go out and taste some tequila. And otherwise, thank you all for being here. It's been really cool. So I've got Helen's next, and then after that is Klaus.
I'm actually still had my hold on. I actually still had my name tag from where I was before I came here. Okay. I'm Helen Tart, and this is called Something is Bright. Energy flows through me out into my world. The causes I love are benefiting from my enthusiasm. My outreach to the world is joyous and well received. My fear of reaching out to people has receded, letting me expand my connections. I fill my day with positive energy and delightful experiences. I even remember to do the mundane things that make the rest of it work. What causes such a miracle? I capture the dirt clogging my soul in poetry, clearing a path for my better self to escape. Thank you. And this one is actually after I finish, after y'all finish the first thing, this is where I'm going. It's called the Berkeley Cafe. Its history goes back for decades. connecting it to downtown Raleigh and live music. It is more than a place to eat or drink. It is connections between the ever-expanding group of regulars. It is a sense of welcome when you walk in. The quirky decor that is constantly changing, curated by the regulars. 2 wooden bars and plenty of stools, tables, chairs, and booths. Nothing pretentious, simply comfortable surroundings that intrigue. Menus and beer lists on the table as you walk in for your perusal, or simply walk up to the bar and talk to Carissa or Justin or Spencer or whoever is there. Savor the best onion rings ever, sample the daily soup and specials. Choose from sandwiches that beckon back to a long lost but still loved institution. Most of all, it is the nurturing of live music presented without cover. It is bingo on Mondays, karaoke on Tuesday, the best open mic in the city on Wednesday, presenting new and old favorites. You never know on Thursday. Music or just the parade of the best people around. Weekends fill the window with instruments and vocalists with the shimmer wall in the background. Regulars event new events like puzzle off or vinyl and art or whatever imagination inspires for the rest of the time. Always something new to make the place better. And finally, there are the Berkeley backstage crew, moved from Martin Street, where the cool crowd congregates to smoke and enjoy each other's company, racing us inside with their presence for alcohol and to tip the band. They plant the garden, keep it blooming with fresh flowers for all of us. At the heart of everything are Lisa at the bar and Alex finding the music, making sure it is simply a place for everyone to belong. Thank you.
Love that. Klaus and Brian and Dani. So next one.
Hey everyone, I'm glad I know some people here after I've been coming for a while. I wanted to say that I have some books out, there are 2 of them, and there are 4 over there, including a screenplay and a anthology, so please stop by and peruse. No need to buy. In fact, if you don't have much money, just let me know, I'll probably just give you one. And also I have Free Palestine bracelets and Free Palestine pins. I think it's a really important issue. When I see what's going on, it's distressing. I often read poems about it, and I have a poem that I'm going to read at the end, my 3rd one, that could reflect on it. So first I wanted to do something I never do, which is, I've been in 4 bands, and one of them was a punk band in the late 70s, early 80s, and this is the first song I wrote for them, and it's actually kind of silly and whatever, but I thought it would be fun. It's called Zone of Love, and we used to do the Twilight Zone theme song at the beginning, and then it goes like this. And this is a punk song, don't forget, so it's not going to be pretty. We're in the zone of love. You use the tone of love. I'll use my bone of love to hear your moan of love. We haven't sown a love. We can't have grown a love. I pray a cone of love. I must atone for love. And then it says, I haven't known a love, so all alone in love, or in the zone of love. And it goes on, you want a stone of love. It's just a clone of love. No one can own a love, so here's a loan of love. When I'm thrown a love, I'm not a drone of love, but I can own a love. I am so prone to love. And the chorus. So anyway.
Cool. Another fascinating. Wow.
How old were you when you did that?
Oh, like 21 or 19 or so, I don't know, somewhere in there. So, let's see. What Helen read, I was going to read something different, but it kind of, that place that you went to, it reminded me of this poem from Recycled Words called Coffee House Couch. Myriad flowers on a coffee house couch. Mess of kitsch or Matisse masterpiece, I can't tell. Warm walls pulsating red, gentle sunset or blood-soaked hell. Invisible DJ's hip-hop beats skip through the air to meet all varieties of seats. I don't care. The room, now nearly devoid of people in motion, is filled to overflowing with human emotion. And me, cut loose from the grasp of time, with no watch to tell if the night is half full or half empty. Fine. And I become just an imitation shadow on an artificial wall, a spot of blight on a clot of light, a blot of miniature nightfall. Well, outside cars flow by with headlights, slowly bleeding the city to death all night, speeding their passengers to their final breaths. And this, like all the other universes I've explored, only whets my appetite for a billion more. And this I wrote at the beginning of the Iraq War. It's called How Far Is It? And we're really not far from this, even though years later, because of all the stuff that keeps happening, it's a parallel. And so anyway, it's called How Far Is It? How far is it to Iraq? I haven't checked the maps, but whatever the distance, I see what most Americans apparently cannot, due to preoccupation or callousness, due to disinformation or ignorance. How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as they'd like to believe. Across this great distance they perceive, I see rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, the same images they see on TV. But I can focus in farther, to the concussion from the blast, to the firestorm and flying glass, to the bodies burning and crushed, to the buildings reduced to dust, to the flood of displaced refugees, to the epidemics and poverty. How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as they'd like to believe. I see above the carnage a still flying flag that must be Iraq's, with its red stripe on top, next a white stripe, and at the bottom a black bar. And I see Iraq's 3 stars, a Y on a background of blue, and with them another 47 too, and a dozen more red and white stripes, the lowest charred from the fight. Not Iraqi at all, but an American flag on American soil. How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as they'd like to believe. Maybe not a decade, but perhaps a century. When the U.S. imperial hegemony, like British and Roman before it, takes its place as mere history, and future Americans are at someone else's mercy. I see our descendants standing defenseless as fire rains down from the skies, with disease and squalor reflected in their helpless eyes, as a president is removed from power and a foreign general is declared the ruler. But from where? China, Colombia, the Russian European Union? Does it matter? How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as they'd like to believe. Maybe not even a decade or century, but a few weeks, days, or hours, when someone's evil ingenuity creates a new version of box cutters bringing down much more than 2 giant towers. How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as they'd like to believe. Not too far to clearly see that the bombs we drop fall on people like you and me, and eventually will fall on us and our progeny, thanks not just to our violent karma, sure to echo through eternity, but to the legal precedents we set and the new preemptive wars they breed. How far is it to Iraq? Not as far as most of my countrymen would like to believe. It's measured not in miles, but in minutes. Maybe just one more tick on the clock.
Tell us about what you just told us about the bill or whatever you. Yeah.
Besides, hopefully you've contacted your congressmen and senators many times about what's going on in Gaza. If there's something that's happening this week, if you have time, we still have a possibility of fixing it, and that is the Senate is voting on removing funds from PBS and NPR and Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Please call your representative, but especially your senators in this state, because they're both right-wing, and they basically seem like they're in favor of it. So if you have a chance, just call them or write them. If you go to look their name up on Google, it'll show how to contact them through their websites, or you can call. Thanks a lot.
feeling like I need to be more active, so it's always great. So next up is Brian, I think, and then Dani. And Dani, I don't know if I gave you the how we do everything, so I forgot to do that. We do 3 poems each, or if you're just a storyteller, about 5 minutes. We're kind of flexible. We, really want you to be comfortable. So if you need some more time or something like that, we also have somebody's going to be doing music too. So if anybody wants to do music, we can do that as well. So Brian has been with us since almost the very beginning. So proud to have him as a poet. So thank you, Brian. You're next, and then it'll be Dani.
This first one, I really wish I had a bass player. You'll see why in a second. Born in the USA. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Chinga la migra. Chinga tu madre. The brown shirts are wearing green and aching for a raid, decked out in armor, like SWAT poised to storm the door, demanding your papers and more, shouting, "We don't need no warrants. Open up, little migrant, or we'll blow your door down." For those of you who are familiar with Greek mythology and know about Zeus, I don't think there was anything that he wouldn't try to jump. Holy hunger. Zeus had a hunger Hera could not satisfy. A sailor on liberty, chasing whatever caught his eye. A hound off his leash, coursing, an eagle on the fly. The hunger in his heart, the fire in his loins. The king of heaven, storms and Olympus, whose passion fueled an appetite greater than Dionysius had, the heady nectar of the vine. Days of wine and roses he promised to each conquest. Loquacious, limpid words were his currency. Whatever to have his way, adopting myriad guises, daring as an eagle to seize a prince of Troy, bearing him to Olympus, cupbearer to the gods. A farmer in the spring, scattering seed left and right, the many fertile furrows that he plowed, nurtured like all Mother Gaia's precious brood, bearing noble fruit, whose names echo, rolling thunder down the corridors of time. Amplitude and frequency. A line on an oscilloscope, tracing jagged peaks and valleys, like the shuddering scrying pen, foretelling seismic unrest, of tremblers foreshadowing the onset of seizures in the body politic, shattering the delicate porcelain that set our common table, no longer our communal altar, but profaned like those of the money changers upended by the raging Nazarene rabbi. How long until we, like him, all our hopes and dreams, die hanging from a tree, wondering if ever again we will rise to see it dawn? Will it be an eternity caught in the infinite darkness, or like Christ sacrificing a long holiday weekend?
Brian. So anybody that's just come in and I didn't notice, we do have a sign-up sheet over there. So go ahead and see new people every time I turn around. So this is awesome. So if you haven't signed up and you do want to read, make your way over there to where the light is over there and go ahead and write your name down. So we have Dani, who is new to us, Bobby after that, and then Alan.
And today was a super special day, ladies. I had to have a second look. It's just fluid.
Oh, yay!
So because of that, I'm so excited to be not battling anything, still living freely. I want to do this one. It's called My Truth and My Pain. When I was born, there was a great storm, a full moon, the opening of the first omen. The priest ran across the graveyard, the winds raging, and her water broke. She hobbled outside, and the winds raged. Yet she drove her tiny red Honda to the hospital. Women lined the halls. The high pressure forcing all of us bicentennial babies to seek the living world. All the water left us, me and her. I was backwards, cord weird, stopped responding. They reached in, turned me, pumped in fluids, waited nearly a day. At last, dragging me out, not kicking and screaming, so quiet. 2 holes in my heart, 1 quarter size, 1 dime size. Died a few times. NICU, machines, DeborahHeartandLung.org, no money then. They maintained me till 1980. Open heart, big scar number 1. I'm rolling down the hall, 4 years old and happy, rolling my IV pole to the playroom where the other kids are. She had me for her. She was raised by an extreme narcissist and a child abuser. No help for her in the 50s and 60s. Shame on him. So my dad got pushed away after he filled his role. Dad's the first boy of many sisters. Too spoiled to know how to fight for me back then. For decades raised to believe that nothing was more important than Mom. Not even me. I became no one. A reflection until 23. I left, guided by the universe. Very unique oddities. Gone. On my own for 20 plus years. Gorgeous apartments, bad decisions, simple pleasures. Loving each day like it was new. Lonely though. Loved and hated. Never accepted. Tried to connect to my dad's side. I have an amazing brother, late discovery. Aunts, nieces, cousins, they all want to be chased. They don't grow up with me. Wary. I'm too tired to try anymore. Mom and Dad are now 3/4 and I'm approaching the half. I've prided myself on being a good person. Always doing the right thing. I taught myself that, because I wasn't always. I love how good I've become, how big my heart is now. I make a plan to move them in with me. 20 plus years and I forgot. Here we are. She had me for her, and he's just learning how to think of me. He's doing pretty good. I used to think I was unnatural. Maybe I am, born like I was. Am I the foreign spirit that stole that dead child's body? So I didn't walk at graduation, even with straight A's. I didn't go to senior prom, even after asked and planned. I didn't go to college. And that HBCU tour was a dream that tore my soul to lose. I didn't get married, my fault. I didn't have children, but I have a new 6-inch scar. I take care of these 2 people. I love them deeply. In a way, it's not the right thing to do, but I'm proud to do it. The world tries quite often to eject me, and I fight every day. Sorry. And you know what? Sometimes I lose sight of why. But lately, this line I wrote right here in the Raleigh-Durham area. I've been reminded. I'm home. This place is healing me. These people. Now something just for fun. Oh, there's so many, I'm sorry. I'll find it. Okay, I can't find that, so I'm going to do the other one. So I've been doing these for a lot of years. This is, like you said, right? It still applies so many years later. Soul lapse. I can see it falling apart at the heart. The little bit of joy that's left is in the breath of the dying and the dead. Youth's emotions broken down and eroded like acidic corrosion. Compassion disregarded, replaced by self-preservation. No simple happiness, no impish elation. and no, absolutely no hesitation at destruction and desecration. Lack of patience, perchance, perhaps a soul lapse. Apocalypse? Is that what it is? A slow meandering of conscience? Is creation creating the ultimate breakdown due to the fact that the Garden of Eden lays not within their chest, but has been put to rest by evolutionary genetics? Not by fire, not by flood, not by any sickness carried in the blood, not by earthquake or any disaster of any known kind. Just a small twist in the complex mind of mankind. Who is the guardian of weapons? Who's at the hilt of every gun? Hear the flutter of their heartbeat at the turn. 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Or my weapon is for killing, but my gun is just for fun. When you see it, you think thugs. When you hear it, you think drugs. But there are militant millions claiming values too wholesome. Wholesome. Mathematically complex, there are more of us than them, but they could wipe us out by tens. Some. Missing that individual spark, all dressed the same with no last name, always marching around. Hark, who goes there? Resting among the ranks. My body tears inside out. I cry as they attempt to violate this open mind and lock it down. Rip the Gore-Tex from my chest while at my muscular best, mental waste. The pen stops. No carried note is heard. Elaborate colors or shapes. Not one single artistic word. Around the globe, the evil is succeeding. Take this as a warning. Look. Look and see that it doesn't happen to you, me, he, or she, or our own babies. Peace.
Thank you, Dani. I hope you come back. Remind me, who did I say that was next? Bobby, I think? Bobby. Is he here? Hey, that guy's over there. Ooh. Bobby Gilbert? No, Bobby, you're Bobby McManus, that's right. So we'll skip him.
If you are before, I don't think so. Not yet.
Bobby Gilbert, we didn't sign him up. Did we sign him up?
Let's go, Bobby.
He's not here, so. All right, so Alan, are you ready? So we can skip, if you want to get ready first. Do you need? Okay, cool. Awesome. Testing. Try something here for you. Second microphone. Okay, let's see. We'll try. Do that on TikTok.
The last time I was here, there was some discussion about incidents where cars and deers meet. Well, I had one of those, and it was on a very fortuitous, sort of ominous night. There are probably a few people in here who remember the Y2K scare. Well, I was living in Nashville at the time. I was on my way to party. It was New Year's Eve morning, and I like to travel, leaving about 4 o'clock in the morning and getting there about 8 o'clock in the morning. I was carrying about 2 ounces of party goods, and I was driving along country roads. I was about halfway there, so it was about a 4.5 hour trip. And the sun had just come up in the east, which is where it should come up. And there was frost on my window. And not that it would have made a difference if there wasn't, because this deer just came out of nowhere, right in front of me, stopped and looked me in the eye as I ran over it. And Now, the only cars I saw that were on the road that morning were pickup trucks with gun racks. And I was in a pickup truck without a gun rack, and I hope they didn't see me as an imposter. Anyway, so it sort of inspired this. I did make it to the party, not in the truck. The deer did not make it to the party. Dear me, dear me, just a bump in the road, but dear me, with a few more hours to go to what might be history. Now, come on, chord. There it is. Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. The night before, the number changed when everything was tense and strange, and I drove off to watch the sun rise up again. And when it did, I knew that I would never be the same, 'cause for one of us, this would be the end. Dear me, dear me, just a bump in the road, but dear me, he would have been a mile from there if he'd stopped and grazed somewhere. Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. You can't second guess the way things go. I could have been faster, could have been slow. I could have been killed in a fatal crash somewhere down the road. Or maybe my mechanic prayed for the work to make his business go. And it just could be, I will never know. 'Cause the night before, the number changed when everything was tense and strange, and I drove off to watch the sunrise up again. And when it did, I knew that I would never be the same, 'cause for one of us, this would be the end. Dear me, dear me, I'm just a bump in the road, but dear me, aren't we always just a moment from this possibility? Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. I apologize for the brief and temporary losing of the coordination between my brain and my fingers. Anyway, if you want another one. Okay, same road, coming the other direction. No deers involved. I was driving back from Oxford, Mississippi to Nashville. Not the same trip. And there was a what do they call? Is it not picket fence. You know the fence with you have the posts and then there's boards in between. One of those boards had spray painted on it, I and a heart, and the initials WKH. And in the 3 hours left on the trip back, this song wrote itself in my head, and I had to keep going over and over it in my head because I knew if I didn't, it wouldn't be there by the time I got back. This is I Love Wendy Catherine Hughes.
Nice.
I love Wendy Catherine Hughes, and I don't know what to do, because I know that Wendy Catherine Hughes is so in love with you. And sometimes love is just unkind, 'cause I'm the one she always finds when Wendy Catherine needs someone to talk to. Wendy Catherine tells me secrets about the way she really feels. says she tells me, 'cause I listen like I care. Wendy Catherine loves your lips, your eyes, the way you comb your hair. And Wendy misses things about you I miss about her when she's not there. 'Cause I love Wendy Catherine Hughes, and I don't know what to do, because I know how Wendy Catherine loves you. And Wendy Catherine tells me secrets that I just don't want to hear. Says she tells me, 'cause I listen like I care. Wendy Catherine loves your smile, your wit, the way your arms might feel. All these things I love about her too, though she's still unaware that I love Wendy Catherine Hughes, and I don't know what to do, because I know how Wendy Catherine loves you. Yes, I know how Wendy Catherine loves you. An EP, 5 songs that I recorded back in 2008, and I'm just getting around to releasing it. And a single of a song that I wrote 50 years ago, and the recording is 30 years old, so I sound a lot younger. But they're on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, I believe, YouTube Music. And so go give a listen. Have a great day. And thank you.
Helen, that's awesome. I hadn't heard that one. I like that one. I don't think Bobby has made it. Bobby had some surgery, so he was hoping he could make it, but I don't see him here. Has anybody come in that wants to read or do anything? Just go ahead. I'll put that out there again, so don't worry. I see somebody getting pointed at. So we have coming up Ezekeil, who I always keep saying Ezekeil. I don't know why. Where did you go? Where's the man? There he is. And then Steve, and then Falsetto.
After him.
Hi, folks.
That's the one.
I'm Ezekeil. I write poetry, and sometimes I don't write poetry. I'm going to do a couple poems. Right? Been on a bit of a philosophy kick. It's like really heavy-handed existentialism. Some would call that a quarter-life crisis. So like several of these are from that, if you're curious. This one, I was kind of thinking about the fact that most things exist simply because humans have decided that they wanted that thing to exist. Like fans or refrigeration. Just because someone like hundreds of years ago came up with the gas compression cycle and that was a good thing, and then other people were like, we could keep doing more with that. I don't know, it's weird. This is called existentialism, absurdism, and the minute distance between me giving a fuck. 1 million years ago, man discovered fire. This was good. A mother, necessity, we, children, we, the cacophony of iteration, endless advancement, a continuing march of work paraded through the streets like the boots falling heavy on the shoulders of giants, we, the platonic ideal of sticks rubbing together. Proliferated fire, necessitation of industry, the burning oil, children casting heat into velocity, the gun taking our own life. we, the singularity, apocalypse. For now, then, I suppose I will enjoy coffee. And I'll look at the clouds when they're pretty. Thank you. What else do you do, right? This one, I can find it, is, I'll do this one first. This is very new. I don't want you to clap for this if you don't like it. And I also, because I just wrote this today, and I want you to tell me if you like it, or give me some sort of critique. That's appreciated. This is called Chewing. When the clouds descended upon the vastness, it was apparent. The expanse was swallowed. Infinity, Jesus. I'm going to start over. Chewing. When the clouds descended, the vastness became apparent. The expanse was swallowed, infinity divided up among all my ages. The larger portions distributed to the older selves. I take a hold of what is mine. It is large and tastes shockingly like folding clothes, grocery shopping, staring at myself in the mirror, rice and beans. It is awkward to hold, dripping from the repeated daily motions, every familiar question streaming down my chin, meaning stuck between my teeth. I package the remainder in Tupperware, stow it in my bottomless fridge, and question my elders whether the endlessness of it all is always bitter. The fortune cookie they deliver reads, "Try some soul." I eat the fortune whole, wondering what the fuck that means. Thank you. This one, on the existentialism again. I was watching an interview with David Foster Wallace. He was talking about sitting on his couch, going through the TV channels with his remote clicker, and he's talking about how he's almost certain that what he's looking for is on the next channel. And he goes on to say that, he's like, I think it was fine when you had to get up to change the channel. But as soon as they invented the TV controller, that's when we were fucked. And I was like, I don't know, I feel like everyone has always felt like that forever, back always. Everyone's felt like, that's when we were fucked. If I wrote this poem, it's fucked. This is fucked. When rock was hewn into smooth roundness, the elders condescended upon the luxury. Labor became disconnected from friction. Falling into the painful pattern, this generation was fucked. Seeds were born into road dirt, they said, we sure are fucked. Ink was pressed into books, the church said, we're fucked. Heat was cast into velocity, bullets taking life, we are fucked. The bombs were dropped and we are fucked. The phone lines came spanning oceans and we are fucked. Mr. Ford forged motion upon the first sin, and we are fucked. The TV cast light on the blind man and we're fucked. Mr. Wallace saw the remote controller and said, yeah, we're fucked. The towers fell and shit, we are fucked. iPhones bent our necks towards Helen, we are fucked. Man is creating machine in his image and holy fuck, we are fucked. And still, I have this inkling, this small dark blot within me that has to believe that the sky has not caved in. The light does not spill from the depths. The rocks do not cry for apocalypse. That the place, the cracks from which we rise and stick between after the bombs have gone off are the very places where humans thrive. That unpredictable calloused sky called us from depths and cast us into character. I was not formed from my mother's womb, but cold, shapeless nothing. The very same that I receive. I believe I will bleed. I believe I will let blood. And I believe that we're not fucked. Because I have to believe that we're not fucked. Thank you.
Hearing that one this weekend, it was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I now, just to let you guys know, and I hope nobody is in the witness protection programs, because that sucks to be you. But we are recording this on Facebook, so if you want to go back and see yourself or visit something that you saw that was really good. So, awesome. We will keep going. We've got Steve, then Falsetto, and then Nicole.
Gotcha. All right.
How is everybody this evening? Can y'all hear me? The first couple things I'd like to say is I'd like to recognize Debbie, the orchestration, the coordination, the history of these open mics that have contributed to basically the liberation in Raleigh. I would say thank you to you. On a personal level, it started for me personally in December of 2022, and you've helped change my life and those of others. The CKs, the Antino Arts, the Falsetto Prophets, the Ezekeils, I really appreciate learning from others. But I'm prepared to lay some tracks down tonight. I'm prepared to say some things. I'd like to acknowledge a few friends, Eve and her colleagues. Eve is one of my favorite neighbors. She's a beast in a lot of positive ways. Larry, Ken, I see the shenanigans I'm trying to unleash. The motley crew to the left, thank you for pointing me in the right direction. I love America. I freaking love America. Even the Kevlar that I've worn on behalf of America. Even the Kevlar I wore with the forfeit asset seizure team in America. I love America. Right or wrong, I believe. And it's all driven from 1916 when my family came over from the County Clare. So you're going to get something you've heard about with the Irish spirituals. I'm going to lead into that with something else. I just want to reinforce, Debbie, thank you. I don't know what young cool people do. Am I doing it right? You're a beast. I love you. Thank you. This is called The Escape. And I looked around tonight at the audience before I decided what I'm going to read. Eve, her friends, Bob, my friends, Cindy, Falsetto Prophet, Debbie, all. The Escape. So close your eyes. So close your eyes. Close those soft, beautiful eyes. And run. Run, run, run. Run away to your happy place where you can disrobe slowly or hurriedly. Where you can delight in your presence. Release your hands, touch your overflowing breast, your heaving heart. Ah, yes, your fast beating heart. Through your hands touch. Explore the warm mysteries of your geography. Take slow, melodic breaths. Explore your spaces. Test your curiosity. Open that door. Let yourself go. Let yourself be free. Take your time. Only to go quickly and go passionately to find those spaces, your spaces. I was indeed listening. Thank you. That had to do with a very personal conversation that I won't give you too much context on. I support people, and I love being a friend and support to others. Issues, the next one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woe is me, says he, says I. His pages turn, chairs fold, X's pass, can it, will it end? Forlorn, untold story. Weep, weep, weep with me. Negligence, anything but free. Thoughts burn, unclaimed hold. Tarnished brass, can it, will it end? Run! Run. Heal me! Elusive, unfettered glory. Failed return, no longer bold. Subdued dash. Can it, will it end? Thank you. Part of the reason I'm here tonight and just throwing stuff out there, I appreciate the forum. Falsetto Prophet, thank you for supporting my Irishness.
You're my favorite leprechaun.
Love it. Eve, thanks for pushing my boundaries and making me do more this particular evening. I'm going to unleash something I haven't before. It's called No More. It's an Irish spiritual. Let me see a show of hands of anybody that's ever heard of or read or heard or spiritual. Thank you. Other than mine, I won't get into the details. My family came over in 1916. My grandmother raised me. She left Ireland, one of 8 children, all brothers. I'm a lot of stuff. It's in the book I wrote. But God, I love America and I love my Irish history. It's called No More. It's an Irish spiritual. I'm Irish and real proud of that. I'm American. God love America. Love it, hate it, I love America. No more! We don't sing anymore. I cannot sing for you. The words aren't there. They aren't formed. They are past tense. But I still have music. We don't dance anymore. I cannot dance for you. The venues are closed. My legs, my mind, the waltzes, no more. I still have music. We don't see each other anymore. I cannot see you at all. The view's now blind. The eyes, they don't confess. They're so very close. But I still have my music. We don't hold hands anymore. I cannot hold your hands. My grips are absent. Those fingers quite loose. Go hoop with Larry. So reduced and unable to reach. But I still have my music. Lord, Lord, Lord above! Heaven's benign. Heaven's benign. Set me free.
please, please set me free. And as I wait, I still have my music. Thank you. Irish spiritual. Irish spiritual.
Steve said he was like, what, I remember that you just found us because Art put a flyer in the kitchen of where you were living or something. And
He put a flyer in the L, and Tino Art, who is one of the few people that I want to be like when I grow up. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I found out he lived in the
Same building. It's amazing. So it's just the random things that brings everybody together. So I think it's amazing. Thank you. Like I was sitting here, what, 5 something or 5:30 or 6, going, nobody's coming. Nobody's going to come. And y'all showed up. So thank you very much. So I've got Falsetto next, and Nicole and Bob, and I don't have anybody after that. So are we missing anybody that want to read? You want to read? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get Falsetto and Nicole and Bob, and then I'll get you guys.
Hello. Ooh. Now I know where I should be. Got it.
Good sound today, I'm sure.
No doubt. So for any of you who are doubting the power of these open mics, it's kind of like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but for open mics. I met Steve and Ezekeil and Nicole at this open mic. I met my friend Maggie, who's over in one of the corners. And through her, some of her friends are here tonight. And some of Steve's friends, half of his residential neighborhood, is here tonight. So that stuff spreads, and I like it. So that's the power of performing in open mics and meeting people. And to play off the coattails in a way of Brother Ezekeil, who's currently a wallflower, speaking to our educational system and how we're fucked. So now you know what we're dealing with here. This one's called Scholastic Lapses, Back to the Drawing Board of Education. Why show some of us quick hypnotic arithmetic instead of stressing to all of us not to be a contentious, pretentious prick? How to navigate long division but not life's long con. How to weather an imperfect port in a perfect storm. Or how to remain a gent in the face of a malcontent when you know you're downright right and they are headlong, ding-dong, King Kong wrong. We're taught notes, bridges, words, but not silence in between, the true music of the song. Why spend weeks on how 2 + 2 equates to 4, but not 1 second on how to not be a slave to things, materialistically rich, behave like a knave or a basic bitch, fail to what you have care for, confuse loyalty with being a brand whore, but taking in stride the most demeaning chore, your attention paying, consequences weighing, measuring what you're told, treasuring what you hold, instead of selfishly praying for more. We learn physical education in lieu of inner peace, self-worth, and elation. We're taught how to crank out widgets, but not what to soak up on vacation. Instead of questioning the gray area of graphical digits, or the puppeteer who, with raw findings, fidgets, we swallow the shot of coincidental correlation without ever asking for a chaser of causation. All are admonished for having sex, or stringently taught the safest sex, but they fail to explain how to, the love of your fucking lifespan, profoundly reach, or at least not vex, enhance their hapless circumstance, keep them still, safe, stable, through treacherous turbulence, how hard to clasp their powerless hand on the way to the operating table in the back of an ambulance, how to stop them from becoming your ex, Not be so ruthlessly rigid, but how to flex. Why it's unwise to oversimplify, generalize, or trivialize matters more complex. They remind us to make hay in sunshine, to never squander our idle time, but the sum of their curriculum fails to articulate why it's rude to keep waiting your date or make any rendezvous late, when to leave room for opposing insight. We're too blind to see through superficial sound bites, too illiterate to read between the lies, both bald-faced and little white. We're refreshed on memories of ancient histories, merits of the former centuries, irrelevant elements of the more recent, but how to exist, act, or behave in the present, another unmentionable mystery. We're left to trace strong conclusions, blindly recite others' opinions, without recognizing the inconsistency in their mythology, how to speak for the dead, but not convey an authentic apology. You take us through the depths of the sea, but remain murky on what a loyal friend can mean to them, to thee. Technology to brave beyond the sky, but not what to say to a loyal friend when they have a hole in their heart, feel in their stomach a bottomless pit, walk the plank of their end's wit when they can't fucking handle it. We don't know whether to shut up, speak up, stand, or sit. Is a tense truth worse than a well-intentioned lie? We're without a PhD in what to say when our friend's lifelong canine companion does prematurely die. When we have walked the halls, found our way tardily to class, we're shown how the world spins, but not how to our brains entertain when momentum stalls. We're taught to walk upright with our shoulders back, but not how to recover from flattening falls. When true tragedy, another brother, mother, or some mild acquaintance other befalls, you neglect to instruct when to, how much, or how to cut them slack. We can't distinguish panic from heart attack. We seek more than cheap lip service and half-ass feedback. You light up each diagram, laser point the flow chart, mark where historical moments ended, but not where we should start. How to a messy injury, neatly dress. Our gut on a multiple choice, not second guess. Our own self-fucking loathing, give a rest. You coach each track meet, chaperone the field trip, yet you're never there to share how to dig our fingers in, not let slip our grip. Fiercely hang from fraying ends of a loosely woven, unspooling rope, when seconds from doomsday scrolling, the summit of its slippery slope, nearing the ledge of losing all hope, fearing we undersold the vastness of its scope, how to survive, climb, and constructively cope. Thank you. And this is a short one. Basically, I realized several years ago that sometimes you can be more honest with a complete stranger than you can with people you've known for decades. This is called With Strangers, Our Secrets We Share. I told you a lot last night, Steve. In the 8 hours I was at your house longboarding. Just saying. Guy can talk as much as me. Daily we are misleading, sharing our secrets with strangers. With them we can stretch the truth to within one thread of tearing, shade it into murkiness, and shape it beyond recognition. Our perilous past stays undiscovered. Their expectations a sketchy spectrum, from demanding, leaning understanding, to none at all. The chance to rewrite ourselves remains within our reach. Thank you.
Nicole, you were next, and then after that, Bob. So, yeah.
Okay.
Do you need any light? There's a little light thing.
So, I'm just going to get started. Whistle in the fire. It started with my father's question. You want to referee to make some money? I didn't blink. I said yes, and I never looked back. Not even when the game stopped being kind. They don't see the person in the uniform, only a target. They villain to blame when their kid trips, when the goal didn't count, when life feels unfair. And I'm the closest thing to yell at. You suck. You're horrible. Are you blind? Is your bun wound so tight you can't see straight? as if my hair had anything to do with their loss of control. Sometimes they throw words, sometimes they throw bottles, sometimes I wonder why I stay. But I do, because I love the game, because no voice, no matter how vulgar, gets to evict me from what I love. They don't know the heat of a semifinal match gone to overtime, how the air hums like thunder and every heartbeat feels like a countdown. They don't know the weight of the whistle pressed between two fingers when the whole field holds its breath. They don't know what it is to be a woman in this when you're a minority and a moving target, where others try and quietly disappear after one too many curses hurled like knives. Not everyone can take it, but I made it a mission to try. To the hecklers, try standing in the center of a storm and keeping your hands still. Try making snap decisions while everyone's waiting to hate you for it. Try staying calm when a father screams at you in front of his child. I don't expect perfection from myself, but I expect grace, reflection, growth, and the courage to return even when kindness feels extinct. To the girl watching from the sidelines, come anyway, not because it's easy, but because you're built of something this field doesn't yet deserve. Leave their bitterness in the blades of grass. Hold only what's sacred. I am not just a referee. I am still at the point in the chaos. I am the one who stayed, and every time I lace my shoes, I meet myself again, in sweat, in scars, in silence, loud with purpose. The whistle is fire, and I have learned to hold it. Untethering. Let no soul confuse its shadow with the light it once mistook for love. What is withheld in silence is not peace, only fear in disguise. Truth does not bend itself to be held like water in trembling hands. It is not heavy. Only those unready to carry it call it a burden. Some hearts offer themselves whole, open as sunrise, radiant in their giving, yet to the unready, even grace feels like fire. There is no shame in walking away from false altars. Let the tide pull back, let the wave reclaim its name. We are not meant to drown on the shores of another's confusion. Freedom begins when illusion is named, and no one who clings to mirrors can teach you how to see. Let them keep their costumes, let them call their cages homes. The spirit was not made to shrink in order to be held. Release the thread, return the borrowed energy. This is not a pause, but the page turning. You are not what was done to you, you are the becoming. That breath that begins again, the quiet spark reborn as flame. Let the past speak its fading tongue. You owe it no reply. The truth does not haunt, only denial lingers. And you having stepped beyond it, you are untouchable now. She who sees softly. She smiles like morning light through curtains, gently sure and unafraid to be real. No masks, no filters, just breath and bone, and a heart that knows how to kneel. To grief, to grace, to her own becoming, her eyes carry questions she doesn't ask aloud. Stories written in glances, truth in the tilt of her head, not loud but luminous, not distant but discerning. She walked through rooms where her voice was a whisper, where love wore costumes and truth felt like glass. But she never shattered, she melted, she molded, she made her own medicine from the past. Now she stands still, soft, but no longer apologizing for it. The world calls it gentle, but it's fiercer than it seems. The courage to stay open when closing off would be easier. She is the kind of presence You feel before she speaks, a mirror to your better self, a lighthouse with a pulse. She gives without losing, sees without assuming, and loves without folding. No performance, no perfection, just a woman who finally realized being whole was never about being finished.
Like that. So we've got Bob is coming up next, and then Crystal. So who else have I missed that wants to read? Anybody got the urge to read? All right, so cool. A lot of times we'll try and do a second round, but I'm not sure. There's quite a few of us. So I think after Crystal, we'll have Bob first and then Crystal.
Let's go, Bob!
Rattling.
As the moon shines beams of glorious golden light through ethereal clouds, promenading on vernal night, at a beach with a campfire's warm amber glow, I write a message of love for you, my doe. Let our passion burn fire with fire. To the heavens our love will aspire. The stars will guide me to you and you to me in ways anew, as lovers under our celestial quilt tonight.
That's pretty.
You get my feet. Ours forever. Why is it that I muse about you so? What is it? Will I ever know? Is it for your workaday, quick-witted eloquence, or while at a formal dinner your graceful elegance? For when I gaze upon your sparkling eyes and soft lips, sweet thoughts from my mind do inexplicably slip. For example, are your kisses like warm, melted dark chocolate stirred with raspberry jam? Oh, absolutely indescribable, even at a poetry slam. Kisses, plump, with compelling, cosmic, romantic G, ensuing, splendiferous, toe-curling quivers, OMG. Either as fond memory or for all eternity, let our ecstatic love live on for you and me. Pray tell, for never any other. Pray tell, dear heart, ours forever.
Crystal, is this your first time with us? Awesome, yay! So I saw a few people slip in. Anybody that would like to read? Did you guys want to read or anything? Crystal. And I always want to apologize. This place can be a little noisy, but it's not like coffee shops when you get they're making the lattes. So we get the doors going open.
Just making sure y'all can hear me. Perfect. So my first one is not necessarily religious, more a principle, a way of life. So what is faith? What is faith? Stand up, step out, and move. Thank you.
Something's falling off.
All right, I'll turn it up a little bit more here. Here we go.
Let's go!
Oh, my nerves! Oh, my nerve. My co-workers get on my nerves. Can't get a day off without them getting on my nerves. Calls and texts. My nerves, my nerves. Why am I the glue? The superwoman? My nerves. My nerves. I
just want peace. Y'all keep getting on my nerves. Pray for my nerves. Is Christian down here? I want to take it up a notch. Yeah, we didn't know. This is our date night, by the way. We didn't know. So just put this one down. And that's why these phones, I like the old school energy there, right? Should have put it on paper. Should have put it on paper. It's my first time, but mental note. Mental note. Should have put it on paper.
I usually do both. I have it printed and on my phone. But then I'm using my phone here.
Yeah, there's levels to it, right? You gotta put it on the phone.
I can't use it because my phone's being used. But then when you get the paper up there, it's too dark to see. You know?
Let's see if I can get it back up. If not, I'm gonna have to tap out on y'all. Let me see. Ah, I can't get it back up. Damn. Well, it's been real.
They have to come back. I just noticed I had the microphones at my level, so apologize to anybody that had to leave town. So do we have anybody that I missed? Did I miss anybody? What's that? You got nothing? You just could read the phone already. Yeah. Well, then next time she'll be prepared. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Hang around, stick around. You know, we can use this room till 9 o'clock or forever long that we want to. I thought it was really cool. We had stories about the Berkeley and Helen and Klaus that always brings the fire to us. I love that. Ice baby over here we got. I was trying to write down things because sometimes I don't listen. I get so involved in all of your performances and stuff. So we got a second look with you. That's awesome, amazing thing. Alan, love that song. That was great. And I loved hearing it fucked again. That was awesome, and I've got it recorded, so now I can go back and listen to it again. And Steve, you're amazing for bringing everybody here with you, filling the room as usual. Falsetto, great, loved his stuff. We got Nicole and her illusions, and Bob with the very romantic moons and stuff like that, and Crystal, just amazing. Where'd you go? There you are. Come back. That's it. All right, guys, thank you very much. Now hang around and chat with everybody. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Aruna. Thank you, Virgin Studios. Appreciate you checking in with us.